we have made it to the final slide of the assignment, slide number 4. You're going to start off, you're going to copy and paste an image for each of your bullet points. So I already did it, but one of mine is my husband. So I don't have pictures of my husband readily available. So I just went to Google, typed in man clip art, found the image that I wanted. So let's say that this was the image I wanted. All you're going to do once you find your image, you're going to right click. I know you guys know how to do this by now, but just in case, right click, you're going to hit copy image. And once you hit copy image, go back to your PowerPoint. Again, I told you I already did mine, so just ignore those. You'll click on yours and you'll just hit Control V. And at that point, you can move it around to wherever you want it. You can resize it if you want it, but that is how you copy and paste images. So go ahead now, find, so I've got Brady, Reese, Leah, Chloe, and my hubby, so that's all of them. So you go ahead and find images that represent each one of your favorite things and copy and paste them onto the slide. Pause me now and come back to me after that step. Step 2 here, you're going to go ahead and add an entrance effect to each image. Probably know how to do that. Just in case you forget, I'm going to start with this one. Actually, no, go in the order that your items are. So actually, I'm starting with Brady. So I'm going to click Brady, go to my animations, and add an entrance effect there. And of course, mine isn't working, but you should be able to click here and choose an effect. And you're going to go ahead and do that for each one of your people, or excuse me, your images there. All right, so now that you have all of your effects on your animations on your screen, make sure they're all numbered properly. Now we're going to do some different things that you can do with the animations and how they come on the screen and when they come on the screen. So we're going to open our animation pane to do that. So to open your animation pane, you're still on your animations tab here, and you're just going to click animation pane. That's going to show you every single effect and the order that it's coming in on your screen. Now, if yours is like too small, I like to like really be able to see mine. So I would hover over this line right here and drag it out so I could have a nice viewing of that. All right, so before we actually change some of the animations, I want to explain how this animation pane works. So this is the order of your animations. See, we've got 1 through 16. It shows you which ones are emphasis. So the yellow ones are emphasis. The green ones are your entrance, and your red ones are your exit. So I can see that in this order, I would have my emphasis, my Brady text, entrance, my Reese text, my Leah, so on and so forth, and then I have them all exiting at the same time. That number 7, remember we had the whole group of text, that whole text box exit at the same time. So it's grouped. If you hit this drop down arrow right here, you can see it includes all of those, but it's got them grouped to show you that they're all have that one same exit at the same time. And then the rest follow. So if I were to preview this, I could actually follow it down this and see how everything goes. So I'm gonna do that real quick just so you guys can see. So I hit play, and I got my emphasis, then my entrances, and then the group exit, although it's one at a time. And then we have the pictures. They should be entering one at a time. 1, 2. Okay, so you guys get the point there. So we're going to change how some of that is set up. All right, so now we're on step 4. We're going to start off, we're going to move the exit animation to the end of all the animations, because obviously we don't want anything to exit until the end of the slideshow. So that's pretty easy. You're just going to come up here, and wherever yours is, mine happens to be number 7, I'm just going to click and drag it to the very bottom. And now that moved that to the end. I also forgot to mention, I think I forgot to mention, this little mouse right here, this little mouse icon is showing you that the animations take place only when the presenter clicks the mouse. So they happen on the click of the mouse. Next up, we are going to set it so that the images appear at the same time as the text that represents it. So first we have to reorder how things are appearing. So my picture of Brady, that's my number 8. So if I click it here, it'll show you here. I want that to come in after the word Brady. So I'm going to click and drag it and drop it right behind Brady. If I want to preview that, we'll see. So we'll see our emphasis. There's our emphasis. Then we'll see Brady, and then his picture should come up next. Yep, and then there's his picture. So I want you to do that for each one of those. So I'm only going to do one more with you guys. So next up was my Reese. And so, there we go. Reese here, so the word Reese. And then my Reese, when I click her, she now is number 8, because remember it re-numbers it for you. So I'm going to click and drag, and I want the picture of Reese to come up after the word Reese. So go ahead now and reorder all of those so that all the images are coming up directly after the words. All right, so I've got mine all reordered. I just want to show you again real quick. By default, it's going to have the word come in, then the image, the word, then the image, the word, then the image. Let me show you again real quick what I mean by that. Let me do your preview. Okay, so there comes so Brady, then the image. Reese, then the image. Okay, so what if we wanted to change that? You can change that, and you can set things to come in either after something, like it's set by default, or you can have it come in at the same time. So where the word Brady is, I want my picture to come in, my picture of Brady to come in at the same time as the text. So I am going to, once I click on that, which is my picture 2, it's animation number 3, but they labeled it picture 2. That can be a little confusing. But I'm going to click this drop down arrow, and I'm going to actually hit start with previous. That means when I click the mouse, whatever's before it, which in this case is the word Brady, it's going to start with it. So I'm going to hit start with previous. Now notice that these two are now lumped together. It got rid of that mouse click. So let's see what happens. Now when I preview it, you'll see that the number 2s, this is also matched up with this number 2, which means they're coming in at the same time. So when I preview it, there's that. Now look, they both come in at the same time. So I want you to set it so that all of your images come in at the same time as the words. I'll show you one more time real quick how to do that, and then you'll be on your own for the rest. So my next one is going to be my 4th animation. So I just clicked it again. It shows up over here. I'm going to switch that to start with previous, which means it's going to start with whatever's directly above it, which is the word Reese. I can, if I want, double check it to make sure that it's set right. There goes Brady. There goes Reese. Same timing. All right, go ahead now. Pause me and set all of your animations to start with the previous. All right, I just took out the last step because I feel like I put too much on you for this one, so I went ahead and deleted that. So your last step now is just to save, and then that's it. Go ahead and head to the next slide for directions on how to submit that. Sorry guys, I know that one was really, really long, but good job.